bikes were kind of looked at as like dangerous.
Really?
And like there was a quote that she had that was like, we always fancied ourselves a nice bike. As if like we always walked on the dangerous
She
side.
put on a leather jacket. Something explodes behind her. Yeah, I like bikes. You ever heard of Schwinn?
She's riding away from an explosion on one of those big tire, little tires. That's Katharine Wright, the Latin teacher.
She's not even wearing a helmet.
She skids into her school parking lot. She puts a baseball card in the tire.
F. She starts flunking everybody. She was the coolest. She was the coolest.
Okay, I sound good? You sound good?
Sound good?
All right, tell me, you've been pretty busy.
I've been pretty busy. All right, I'm going to not tap as much because I have really annoyed myself in the edit.
Have you heard the taps?
I've heard the taps. It's like a dull roar in the back of my head. It really sucks. So I imagine for anyone listening, and there's no one, but they would probably also be annoyed if they
I imagine
existed.
me in a week is going to be really annoyed.
For my listener, and I mean me. I mean future me. Have you been, man? You're a fucking full-time comic now.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm about to start that position of being a opener / editor for a comic.
I mean, that's pretty exciting. You get to be the lapdog. Who
Yep.
gets to do some time.
Get to be the service dog who goes up top, juggles a little, barks when you wanna, and gets the hell off.
And then clips it up.
Yeah,
and puts it on
up,
Instagram.
sends it away, gets critiques, and starts all over.
Hey man, but you're not breaking your body anymore.
Yeah, I'm not moving boxes. I mean, my thumb, I can't even like swipe. If I was single, Tinder would hurt right now because my thumb is screwed up from moving furniture. It was cool to kind of call my boss and like have a mini moment where I was like,
You're moving on.
won't be moving furniture anymore, boss.
I'll be moving my life forward. Hello? He hung up a long time ago.
Yeah, he never
never
ignored
picks
the
up.
call.
Yeah, he never picks up.
It's just a voicemail.
Yeah.
I
But
called,
by the way, Charles, you're on tomorrow.
you know,
I need you to move a 3-bedroom.
by yourself. You know, it was funny. Throughout the course of me realizing that I'm going to try like being traveling with this guy touring. I've been so anxious and so nervous, and I've called every comic that I've ever worked with that's been like a big comic, right? I've called them for advice, and one of them yesterday gave me the wrong number, and I didn't know that until I called, and I was like, Frank? And he was like, what the hell? And I was like, I'm assuming this is not Frank.
You just called a random guy.
Yeah, I called a random guy, and I was like, did this guy just play a joke on me?
Did he have
And be
any
like,
advice?
No, I
No?
wish. I tried.
You didn't even ask.
You know what's funny? Do you ever try to have like a humanly moment when you screw up with
Yes,
somebody?
all the time.
So I did that.
It's funny when they don't want to participate.
They did not want to participate. I was like, is this Frank? And he was like, not even close. And I was like, that's so funny, dude. This guy just DM'd me his phone number, and I really respect him. And he just gave me the wrong number. And he was like, cool, bye. And I was like, just got rejected
Yikes.
twice.
You have no joy in your life, sir.
Yeah, I don't even know this guy, and he doesn't like me, and I want his approval.
Could have been a human. Well, I do too now.
But
That's exciting, though. Did we say our names?
No.
Did we say the theme of the podcast?
No.
No. I knew we were missing something. Let's intro the podcast.
All right,
And then I'll just put it in the beginning.
Intro me up.
Intro me up. All right, welcome to Overshadowed. This is the only podcast being recorded in Charles Engel's apartment in Astoria. I don't have the address memorized.
32.
No, you don't have to do that. You're moving anyway, though. Fuck this place. Burn it to the ground. All right. Welcome to Overshadowed. Should I say welcome? I'm going to let everyone behind the scenes. I'm just cutting this in from the end. So this is a podcast about the siblings of Charles. Shut up. You look,
I'm not saying anything.
I know, but your face is
I'm
mocking me.
laughing.
so
What is this
innocent.
podcast is about?
It's about having fun. Don't scold me for having a great
I
time.
hate our partnership. Okay, so this is a podcast. I get immediately serious.
You do it. You do it.
Okay, let me see if I can name it.
Yeah.
Nail it. Fuck. All right. All right, welcome to... All right, so this is Overshadowed. This is the only podcast about the siblings of famous and infamous people throughout history. Did I get it?
Oh, you kind of botched it.
I kind of said, yeah. Okay, you go for it.
All right, this is Overshadowed. I can't do it, dude. I
Is
can't
this
do
a
it.
voicemail?
Yeah, I don't... we're fucking up a voicemail right now. This is Overshadowed. Leave a message at the beep. This is a podcast about the siblings of famous and infamous people, hosted by myself, Zach Russell, and
Charles Engel.
two once New York comedians and one of them's going global. Dude, are you going to South Korea? I was looking at your dates. Are you going to Asia?
I don't know if I go to those or not. I asked that the other day, and I was like, do I go to these? And he was like, I think so. And I was like,
dude, that's crazy.
What? Do I?
That's awesome.
I don't know. I could just be filming that. But
dude, if you got to go, well, maybe not now. We hear coughing literally outside. I'm like, go to Korea.
Yeah.
Go around the world.
Yeah.
Travel.
Become the most infected.
Yeah.
Get every strain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you. So, you know how I lost my wallet?
Yes.
So, before I went on a date with this lovely lady, who will not be named in case it doesn't work out.
Pending lovely lady.
Pending lovely lady, question mark.
Lady, question mark?
Well,
Sounds like a Craigslist ad.
Yeah,
Looking
we're
for
not
a
sure.
lovely lady?
Yeah. No, but I did lose my wallet, and so I've been carrying around my passport. And I had already...
It sucks, though. The passport walk around is like,
this is the type of loser I am.
Yeah.
I'm like excited to show people my passport.
Why?
I'm like, look what I once was.
Oh, you think on
the picture?
On the,
I look. I have like I have it now. Do you want me to?
Yeah,
to
show
get it
it
out
to
for the
me,
video?
dude.
I think it's actually in my backpack, so I'll get it out later. Little tease if you want to stick around for. It's in the Patreon. My passport photo's in the Patreon.
It's like it's your Facebook cover photo.
That seems ill-advised.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Not good. Okay. That was really me asking you if I should do that. Do you think that would get likes?
Is that ill-advised? Question mark. I mean, but when you walk around your passport, that's like your last resort. Because if you lose that, you're screwed.
Everyone's like, "Oh, that'd make me so anxious." I'm like, I know, but at this point, I'm not gonna lose it.
Yeah.
However, I thought I lost it today.
What happened?
I just had put the whole thing in my backpack, and I carry it in this pouch. I'm gonna get it. It looks really stupid. I'm gonna get it.
Man, that looks like you're from South America. And you're
It also holds water.
yeah, or a fresh cacao bean.
Also, listen.
What
to
is
this.
in there? Jeez.
So that's the sound of a woman's vagina drying up
Yep.
when I try to pay for the meal, and then all my credit cards fall out because I'm using my passport also as my wallet.
Oh my God, you're a mess.
I am a
Me
mess.
when I was 20.
But, yeah, well, I'm 26, so I lean into it though, and this is
What's your joke with this?
I don't
You
even
gotta
have a joke.
line.
It's just like fun, and I want to show the picture, but not the
Nothing.
not any of the information. Let's block out all the numbers there. But that's.
Oh, you got a Bieber haircut.
I got the Bieber haircut. So stupid. My mom's gonna see that and she's gonna be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
I hope your mom
They can
listens.
CGI your hand away. No, they can.
So holidays, yeah. So basically, since the last
Yeah.
time we talked, I think it was the holidays. So we're finally now back in New York. Holidays were good for you. I think they were good for me, right? You got to go home, see the fam. I saw the fam.
Yeah.
Yeah. My sister is about to have a baby. I'm about to be an uncle.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's
Uncle Chuck.
cool. And the joke in the family is I'm gonna be Chunkle.
Ew.
Charles and Uncle.
No, I get it.
Yeah, I made it in conversation once, and then it stuck, and I regret it.
Oh, you said it.
Well, I said it. They were like, "How do you feel about being an uncle?" And I like awkwardly was just like, "Can't wait to be a chunkle," something stupid on
Right.
at the dinner table.
Yeah.
And my dad, being the goof he is, he's just like, "That's you now."
He
Changed my
flips
contact.
the thing of peas over.
Yeah. Hits my stepmom.
Chunkle! Oh my god!
Dad, you're getting pretty violent.
I love your comedy, son.
He's obsessed. My dad.
Does he think you're really
he's
funny?
Obsessed.
With you?
I don't think
I'm
he
not
likes,
surprised.
I don't think he thinks I'm funny.
Okay.
Because
What?
he does it in a weird way, but he so I have a bit that's 5 minutes long that's on YouTube
Yeah.
about like dating and going through an STD scare.
Oh, I love it.
He shows everybody only that bit.
It's a good bit.
Different. I think it's like my funniest laughs per minute bit. He literally will call me and be like, "So he's just at the bank and one thing led to another. We're watching STD." And I'm like, "You're at the bank in a grocery store. I know you don't have headphones on your phone. So your phone, high volume, shoving it probably through up to the protective glass to a
Right.
bank teller." And then
Hey, while
I'm
you're
like,
counting my coins, you want to watch my son talk about his gonorrhea?
"Don't worry, the clip's only 5 whole minutes."
Subtitles? Absolutely
Hey,
not.
line.
No subtitles.
Come join, line. Everybody.
Check
Security
out my
guard.
son.
His name's Chunkle.
At least it's gonna be.
But my dad will call me a lot. And you know how I did that show once a week when comedy was happening, where at the
Yeah.
end we would do like a rap battle?
Sure.
Um,
Anal and ice cream.
Yes, I also do. Yeah, a couple of
One of my favorites.
Yeah, a couple of freestyle comedy raps up on my YouTube, and he always calls me and is like, if I have a show, he's like, you know what you should do? You should just rap the whole time. And I'm like, no. I've told him numerous times, and he told me again before I went to the show I was hosting, and he was like, you gonna rap tonight? And I was like, that's absolute suicide.
I'm gonna kick off the show with a rap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come out and go, hey, give me a topic. I do this thing. It's pretty cool.
Now your headliner is gonna do something completely different.
Yeah, and you won't be ready for it.
You've been warmed up.
Yeah. And then I said I wasn't going to do it. And on Sunday, he goes, so how, did you rap?
Did you rap?
And he never asked me about any of the jokes. So I think that's his way of being like, you should
Dads
rap
like
more.
skill. Dads appreciate skill, and dads appreciate something that they can see as being skillful. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
even
I
if
guess
it's,
that is
no,
a good
I'll tell
observation.
because playing guitar, my dad always would request Stairway to Heaven. He's like, give me some Stairway. Oh, yeah, he would. Yeah, he would. Yeah. He wanted me to build it so he could get there when he died. He's like, I'm going to need that in about 5 years. Rest in peace.
You know what he
buddy.
was listening to on the walk up?
Yeah.
He probably took out his phone and played an audio recording of you playing it. And it starts off-
To all the angels, he's
Yeah.
like, listen to my son. He's ripping up Stairway.
and they're like, you're actually...
Mr. Russell, we're going to send you back down.
Yeah.
We're going to send you right back down. Okay? No one wants to hear that.
He walks up the stairs to an elevator to hell.
Yeah.
Woo!
Your son is going way up and down tempo-wise.
Yeah, jeez. What's that blues solo he did in the middle?
Yeah, that was not good.
Also, why did he play King of the Hill? I played Stairway to Heaven in front of girls, hoping it would impress them.
Wow. See, I
Because I'm
never
like,
made that mistake.
Don't you see that I'm
See what
plucking
I'm doing
right
with
here?
my fingers.
I gotta-
Where else could those go?
Look at these things with freshly cut nails.
See any grime under here? No. Except for my one that I keep long for guitar.
Yeah, that's always
You
the
love those
weirdest.
guys? That's funny because you go so far as like you're so good at guitar that you're now unappealing to women.
Yeah.
You know?
It becomes a curse, yeah.
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 You're like you become more dedicated to the craft.
Yeah, exactly.
Than why we're all here.
You know
Which
what
is
I did?
ladies, that's not true. It is funny though because you also play guitar, and I feel like you're good at guitar. Actually,
No, I'm not good.
No, I think you are.
No, I know enough.
I'll
couldn't-
hype you up till the day I
trust
die.
me,
I don't care what it is.
I'm never gonna hype myself up. Anytime
know, that's
somebody
why.
gives, I'm just like, please.
Yeah.
I just know riffs enough to make somebody think I'm good.
Okay.
I know how to play Eruption in front of somebody who doesn't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
mean,
people think.
But being able to do that, you can, you could.
But
branch-
Eruption,
you could.
you know what I mean.
branch
You
out.
play Thunderstruck in front of somebody who doesn't know guitar, and they're like,
Yeah. I've been.
"It was cold."
Didn't that guy get like dementia or something?
I don't know. I think something always happens to like the lead
That's what happens
singer.
when you jump too many times crouched across the stage.
Yeah.
The body's not meant to move like that.
Brain is he's getting
Yeah.
CTE. Angus is just getting doing all
Angus
those
is getting
duck
well
walks.
done.
Yeah. Oh, this is the last thing I'll tell you really quick.
Okay.
Speaking, I was trying to make
Yeah.
a joke. This isn't going to be funny because the time already passed. But speaking of having the nails to impress a girl or needed for equipment, you
Right.
can't have long nails. When I went to prom as a junior in high school, I was very awkward with women. I mean, terrified to where it ruined every relationship I was in. Until I was like 24. And when I went to prom as, I think, a senior with a girl, it was halfway through prom, I was dancing with whatever, and then I met up with one of my buddies, like, hey, how's it going? And he goes, let me see your fingers. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And I had long nails, and he goes, dude, you gotta have short nails. What have you finger tonight? And I was like, oh my God, I didn't even think of that. He brings me outside
No way.
of the building next to a pillar, and he goes, you gotta do it. And I was like, no way. And he
You gotta
goes,
what? Clip him or finger?
no. You gotta kill her tonight. And well, I did this. So I went like this up against the pillar.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You whittled him down like a cat.
I whittled them down,
Wow.
and it hurt so bad.
You
And
are insane. Bite them off, dude.
No, they were no. You couldn't bite these ones. It would have taken forever.
They were
I
too long?
Smoothed them out.
Just get a little. You can bite. Let me bite your nails
you can
off.
bite yourself to fingerable nails.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You're gonna get shards.
Also,
You know what that is? That's the equivalent of thinking you don't have cuts on your hand until lemon juice gets on your palm, and you're like, yeah.
look, I've bitten too deep. We all have, but I don't often. All right, so don't come for me. and
I've
how I
never
trim
bit
nails.
I've never cut my nails with my teeth. I wasn't gonna
I
do
bite
it on
my
prom.
toenail. No, that's.
You rip it open like a cereal box.
Yeah.
Speaking of women, the lady we picked today actually turned out to be a great person. I was going into it kind of not expecting this to be so cool, but we chose Katharine Wright.
Coolest sibling so far.
Coolest sibling. Sibling.
Cut that out. Charles is not getting SNL with that in there.
But Katharine Wright, of the youngest of the Wright family, I think I'm going to go as far as to say she was the reason why the plane's invented today.
Yeah, I think she's the reason that that it's under the Wrights' control. Let's start from the beginning, but in the in the overarching scheme, I think her main role was really to act as kind of their connection to the world. Her mother died at a pretty early age.
I think Katharine was 15.
15? Okay, that's actually a little older than I thought. I thought she was like 9. That makes a lot more sense then for how in charge of the household she became. Like doing the chores, cooking, cleaning, like organizing the house and stuff, and also just being like a kid.
Yeah.
What?
How do you enjoy life and also take care of your 5?
Yeah,
like, what are you doing?
And explore.
It is kind of
explore nature.
funny.
Get outside.
Hey, you're 15. You're in charge.
Yeah.
You're mom now. Hey, you're the baby of the family. This is the dad pitching the idea.
Kathy,
hey,
what do you say?
Come here, take a seat.
It's the day of the funeral. Kid, stop crying. Come here. I got a little question to ask you.
You're kind of the baby around here. Would you like to be?
You want to move on up?
Look, here's some news. You've been promoted to mother. You've been promoted to wife/mother.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to take care of everybody. I'll see you in a couple of weeks via letter. The dad was never... the dad
was a traveling preacher. It sounded a lot like a comic. I didn't know bishops traveled this much.
I didn't know that was a career.
Think about it, though. They have an act.
Yeah.
They have, like, their spin.
Yeah.
Their sermon. On God.
And they're like, I'm more of a dry kind of guy. Yeah, it was very... I'm sure their life was just like shitty hotels, bombing at churches. They probably saw a guy, other pastors.
No one even fainted today. No one felt compelled by the Spirit of Christ.
People walked out today. He's writing away to Katharine.
Yeah. I only got 3 people speaking in tongues.
Yeah, I only converted 1 person this month.
Yeah, I did, Isaiah. They didn't like it.
I don't know why. It kills with families.
He was bishop over all the congregations west of the Mississippi and east of the Rocky Mountains, which means basically the whole goddamn country.
Wow.
What is that? Why would you write that? West of the Mississippi, east of the Rockies. I guess it's in that middle sliver.
Yeah. North of Mexico and south of Canada.
No, because they lived...
This guy's really going for word count.
They were born in Ohio.
Okay.
So it was kind of the middle, but he had to go all up and down. And the mom, she needed to be there and head of the household for him to be able to do this. It's like if you and Heather had kids.
Yeah.
You'd need Heather to not die so that you could go,
Yeah, and then if she did die, I'd have to be like, one of you kids.
Yeah, exactly. One of you kids, be her.
Yeah.
I'm going on the road. Preacher needs an editor.
I'm staying on the road.
Yeah, he's staying on the road.
Yeah, hey, I got gigs. Oh, this is a funny thing, really quick. This is what they would do. I don't know if you saw this when they would hang out. One of the hobbies, like hobbies right now, just to compare hobbies of modern day and back then. Yeah. One of their hobbies was digging up bones and then selling them to I think refinery, just so they could crush them and have raw material. So they would go and dig up bones in the dirt. Wow. And then try and sell them.
Huh. Maybe for potassium or whatever's in bones.
Whatever's in bones.
Bone dust.
Maybe for the...
That's nice.
Going down to...
They just bottle it up, put it in, sell it in a bodega as rhino...
Yeah. They say,
rhino boner pills. Yeah.
Look on the back, 100% found bone dust.
Straight from Katharine Wright.
Bottled, have you been to the Lush soap store?
Yeah.
On the back of it they say who made it specifically.
Yeah.
It's a little sticker.
See Katharine Wright's face on the bone dust.
She's on a plane.
Your erection is brought to you by Katharine Wright. But Katharine became the lady, and she went on to become a teacher. Did you have anything else about her childhood?
I did want to say, I thought it was pretty cool to step into, this chick has to be a mom. And back in those times, too, I feel like more women that had to kind of take that role, that was probably it for them. They probably just were like, okay, I'm a woman of the house. True. Katharine became, and I think it was because of her dad wanted her to be educated and probably pushed that more.
He did,
yeah. He wasn't home, so he had to write to her, remember math.
Remember to go to college.
Yeah, and then she did go to college, Oberlin College, which was the first ever co-ed college. And I do think that would be, I hope they use that as a selling point to men. Be like, hey, guys.
Come on, guys.
How would you like to earn your degree? with all the ladies you can see. Just something. That had to be like some commercial where it's like.
I bet women were excited too. I mean, I bet everyone is excited.
Yeah, it's also like, because especially, I wonder what it was like to be at the first college where you're like looking at a girl.
Your eyes are popping out of your heads. No one can get any work done.
Yeah, everybody's just plummeting.
Yeah. Well, dude, at college, people were getting engaged early on.
Especially back then.
Yeah, Arthur Cunningham, this guy, proposed to Katharine when she was a sophomore and he was a senior, and he's like that they would get married, upon the completion of her degree.
Oh,
which I wonder
nice.
if she flunked it, which it did take her 5 years to complete it, and he also went off to medical school and it kind of fizzled out, and she called it like a narrow escape. Like she was not looking to get engaged to this guy. I think she just said yes.
Well, she was also, this is maybe really quick before we go back to what you wanted, we have to bring up the weird pact that they all had.
Yeah. Was that real?
That was 100% real.
That was 100% real.
100%
okay,
real.
It's very like the kids in It.
Yeah.
They make a pact.
I don't know. So if we go back to, the pact is basically that if you take, one of our sponsors is coming through, fire trucks. So this is the pact. This is what the pact was. It's between Orvie, Wilby, Kathy.
Yep.
They all made a pact to never get, I don't know who came up. It was one of the brothers who came up with it, to never get married their whole lives. And Katharine was like, cool, I'm super down for the pact. Yeah, maybe one day when we get older, I'll get a little bit, I'll find myself a man. And they were like, nope, it's the three of us.
It's not a pact, Katharine. That's not what a pact is.
We would love to marry you, but that'd be weird. So let's just make a pact so another man can touch you.
Yeah.
I think this is why my opinion of them is just like...
You think they're kind of losers?
I think they're just weird losers. And I'm going to stand by it. First of all, can you imagine dating Katharine Wright in college, and then you kind of get to a part where you want to go steady with her, and then you're like, hey, do you want to maybe go think about marriage? And she's like, I promised my brothers
I know,
we made this pact when I was 9, and I was technically also their mom, so I didn't want to not give them what they wanted.
Right, I was trying to nurture them, but also be a good sister, so...
I can't.
I wish.
I totally wish.
Yeah.
There's two of them.
They gang up on me. I am the youngest sister. Yeah, that pact is bizarre.
Just to give, this is my opinion of the brothers, and you can give your opinion of the brothers.
All right.
So... they were math and science guys. Awesome.
Yeah.
They seem to be shy and awkward people, which you did give reason, and I do agree with your reason. But I just think they were just your classic nerds who were awkward and shy.
Yeah.
Never got too much experience.
Did you hate nerds? Do you hate nerds?
I mean, I hate nerds.
You said that. You're like, yeah, I'll kill a fly.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you do with flies?
You kill them.
Yeah. What do you do with nerds? You hate them. That was pretty just over the plate, Chuck.
Yeah, it was. I was going to go a little violent.
I didn't know what were you going to say?
I was going to go maybe swirly, but I was like, that's not funny.
No, swirly would be good.
Yeah. Have you ever gotten a swirly?
I've never gotten a swirly.
Never gotten a swirly.
I think if I ever saw a swirly happening, I think I would report it as terrorist activity. I mean, that's like waterboarding for children.
Yeah, it definitely is. Especially if they flush the toilet.
Yeah, it's funny though. I wonder how much of it I wonder how it kind of depends on the length of your head. If you got a tall head, you're better suited for a swirly.
That's where
because your nose is because it's gonna only go up to your eyes.
Yeah,
and it's clean water.
It is clean water, but it's where
it's not that bad.
It's the airspace. I think that's polluted.
Yeah, the bowl.
If you're in a brown sky and you got white clouds, do you really care?
I don't want to be in the sky. Yeah, I hear you. Okay.
I just think they're nerds. What do you think? You just think they were misunderstood?
This is what I think about them. I want to read this one. Maybe this will help characterize these guys too. This is Orville, which I think is actually I think I have a soft spot for them because of this paragraph. He was writing to, I think, either Katharine or this octave guy. I have not taken up the problem of flight with the expectation of financial profit. Neither do I have any strong expectation of achieving the solution at the present time or possibly any time. My trip would be no great disappointment if I accomplished practically nothing. I look upon it as a pleasure at the same cost. I'm watching my health very closely and expecting... So he was like a sickly little boy. But he was saying like, look, man, I'm just in this for the love of the game. I'm not trying to get rich off this. If nothing happens, if I make no advancements, I'm just having fun out here.
Wow, that must be a great high. Building and testing planes.
Yeah.
If you could literally
wouldn't that be fun? You're just hopping in a plane. You're like, we got it pretty freaking high today, dude.
Yeah, we're the only ones in the world doing that. Is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also, to do something every time you do it, you're like, we're just the only ones in the world.
Did you see that? Was that 2 more feet or was that 2 more feet? I mean, come on.
Tell me. Come on. If only something.
We gotta find a steeper hill, bro. Like that's what they're doing, and then they have to go to France and talk to kings and aristocrats.
Yeah, well, see,
of course they're gonna shit their pants.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they're probably getting to France like, do you guys have any, where's your dunes? I
Yeah.
feel much more comfortable about,
Yo, where's the dune scene?
hey, I don't know, did this seem weird to you? When the Wright brothers got to France on their Ryder, they just wanted like a lot of sand. What do you mean, they didn't want any like Perrier?
They said we had to get them a lot of sand, and we said, why? You know, and they said it will make them feel more comfortable if they could sleep in it.
They just have to have, you know why their hands were always in their pockets? Because that's where they kept a little bit of sand.
You know what's crazy is we're joking that they love sand, but he wrote this verbatim in a letter. But the sand! Exclamation mark. The sand is the greatest thing in Kitty Hawk, and soon will be the only thing. The sea has washed and blown millions and millions of tons of sand up in heaps along the coast, completely covering houses and forests. Big sand infestation.
Big sand guy.
Yeah.
Big sandhead.
Big sandhead. He loves... That sounds close to being not okay. But these people are white. We have to remember that. And you can call white people anything.
You can.
Yeah. As long as it's not already taken by another race as a derogatory term.
That's true. You
can call a
can't
white
call
guy
them an
anything.
appropriation slur.
Yeah. These guys are just boys playing in the sand.
Yeah.
Like, they are super passionate about this one thing. They're devoted to it. It is kind of a wild... Like, could you imagine inventing a heavier than air, like, not... All they had previously to this was balloons. I'm not... That's real.
What about Zeppelin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lighter than air aircraft, though. This is heavier than... Because, like, that's how it would inflate. It's just you float. But this was, like, actually designing the wing shape to be able to fly with a person. Like a weighted, laden... Not just, like, a kite or something. So that's kind of an exciting thing.
Yeah, it's true.
But, like, do you think Steve Wozniak could chum it up with, like, Silicon Valley, you know, like, venture capitalist or something? You know what I mean? Like, I think these guys were, like, the guys in the garage who were super passionate. Now, I think Orville probably had some, like, mental issues.
Yeah.
Because he was so shy. Like, at every picture that's shown of Orville is him just, like, crouched in the corner. It's like Katharine on the right, surrounded by her friends, and Orville looking the most uncomfortable. Yeah. Like, that's what the caption of the pictures are.
Sometimes
picture.
you see those guys with those mustaches, and you're like, you're either really cool or really weird. Like,
you're hiding something.
Yeah.
You're covering up.
Yeah, what's under that? What's in that lip?
A lot of insecurity under that stash, huh? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about the dust bunnies in that broom.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'll settle with you on that. Maybe.
And who knows how this pact even came about? Maybe Orville was like you. He was like, I'm scared of girls. I don't want to marry. You guys don't marry too, right? Okay, we're just working on planes all day? Okay.
Yeah, and they were just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. But Katharine, to go back to, like, kind of just her growing up, she was a Latin teacher. Did you take Latin?
No.
Italian?
I took
Spanish.
I took like 8 years of Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah, love
Nice.
Spanish.
Do you think you're decent?
I got to the fluent class. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's
but
pretty
now
fun.
I don't really.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you take over in the East Coast? I was in Arizona.
I took Spanish.
You took Spanish?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, I took, like, similar. I took it in college, too, for a little bit.
Yeah, I do enjoy Spanish.
Yeah. I'd like to get back into
Actually,
it.
yeah, I was just like, thinking about it right now. I'm like, I could learn Spanish.
Yeah. It's so funny, though, because I feel like I've heard myself and other people say that, like, man, I really want to, and it's like, never going to happen. Whatever you're about to say, not going to happen.
But then you meet somebody who has that life where they're like, last summer I just gonna learn Spanish. I have a friend like that who's always picking up.
Yeah, but we're also
hobbies
trying to do other things. Like,
yeah.
it would be nice to learn Spanish. I think
Yeah.
we're hoping for a world in which we had the time to learn Spanish.
Yeah.
We're not trying to learn Spanish. We're trying to learn what Spanish represents.
A better person.
A better life.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a buddy, same thing. Yeah, he has a job that
This
pays
has been
well.
spiraling with Zach and Charles.
Have we made it yet with Zach and Charles?
Yeah.
Is what we're doing done?
Yeah. When do we finish? Never?
Is comedy over with Zach and Charles?
Yeah. Can we stop?
Is this a penny toss in a well that's been dried up?
Yeah. Am I tossing a penny in a well full of pennies? Am I actually throwing it onto a mountain of pennies that's coming from a well? Is there too much content out there already?
Yes.
Yes. Are we adding to it? Of course.
Yep. We're heading to the plastic island of trash.
That's right, of the internet.
Yep. I read, and this is just something that may not be used,
Yeah.
but I remember reading that she got her degree in classics.
Yeah, she did. I mean, she was like a Latin teacher
Yeah.
also. So that's...
You said she had a hard time getting a job as a teacher too, right?
Yeah, I mean, her whole life, she keeps running into these speed bumps and then overcoming them, like hurtling over them. Like really taking control and getting everything done. She seems like someone who, when a problem hits her, she goes, "Oh, okay, we just got to do this,
I
that."
Yeah, I might like print a picture of her and keep it with me because she.
She's very inspirational.
What would Katharine Wright do?
Yeah, exactly. She couldn't get a teaching job out of college. Like her friends got some immediately, and then she got one in like 2 years.
Oh, what was she doing?
And then she had to start as a substitute teacher. And then they gave her the most basic, just like run-of-the-mill 6th grade little shit Latin classes. It's like Classics 101 or something. So she had the difficult kid. But then she was writing to her dad, Milton, and was like, yeah, there were a few boys that I thought were going to be smart, and I nipped him in the bud pretty quick.
Oh, yeah, I heard she failed. Yeah, it was like her dad said that she went on to flunk many of Ohio's future leaders.
Yeah, dude, Katharine was a hardo. Orville one of them wanted a list of, after she started teaching for the first year, he's like, I want a list of all your classmates just to see who else got reamed out. Because you've been reaming us out for years, sis.
That's hilarious.
Like, she just bossed them around in a way that was not abusive. It was just, like, demanding and motherly. Like, they are your inferiors.
What a crazy... Yeah, she was able... That must have been a huge part of her life. To kind of change your brain to be like, I am the nurturer now. I am the matriarch of the family.
This is a little preview for what's coming ahead, but like I think that's why they were so pissed when she eventually got married. When she was, I don't know, 52.
Yeah.
She was 52, she got married. Orville started weeping, wouldn't even talk to her.
Yeah.
But it's because, like, Mom's got a new dad. You know, it's so infantile.
I'm not calling you dad. He's like, my name's Henry. I'm your sister's husband.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm not calling you that.
Yeah.
Also, it is funny to think about how back in the days, women didn't have suffrage and it was all like men are men and men can do whatever. But then as soon as your mom dies, you got to get your little sister to take care of you.
Well, dude, this is another shitty thing that happened to Katharine. And another reason why I think she was more and more willing to contribute more time to the Wright brothers, because her teaching career, while she still did it for a long, long, long time until Orville had like a pretty serious crash, it was kind of shitty. Like, she had these shitling little general classes that she had to teach. At one point, the superintendent of the school wanted to save money, so he cut all the salaries of the female teachers.
Only her.
I don't know how many female teachers.
He just gets a knock on the door. Kathy, look.
We're cutting the female teacher salary, so I'm just letting all the female teachers know.
Which is you.
Yeah.
And she was the only one to go to college out of all 5 of the kids.
Yeah.
She went to college. She was the youngest. She got a degree. She was teaching. Orville and Wilby here, even though they were both math and science nerds, they dropped out of high school and they opened up, a printing press, and that did well. But then when bikes came into fashion, they just went to bikes. And it was also, I read something that like bikes were kind of looked at as like dangerous.
Really?
And like there was a quote that she had that was like, we always fancied ourselves a nice bike. As if like we always walked on the dangerous side.
Put on a leather jacket. If something explodes behind her. Yeah, I like bikes. You ever heard of Schwinn?
She's riding away from an explosion on one of those big tire, little tires. That's Katharine Wright, the Latin teacher.
She's not even wearing a helmet.
She skids into her school parking lot. She puts a baseball card in the tire.
F. She starts flunking everybody.
She sounds like a motorcycle now. You crushes a soda can. You ever do that with a bike and you put it in the back fender?
Yeah, she was the coolest.
Yeah, so I think she
was the coolest.
So, Orville and Wilby, they go from printing press to the bike shop. They start experimenting on the planes. They're doing all these experiments. They crash. They want to give up.
What was interesting about that is that they started getting discouraged because they were basing a lot of their first designs off of this guy named, what is his? I'm going to actually look up his name. It's Otto something. Like Otto Lindenthal or something.
Okay, I was going to say Rocket.
Otto Lilienthal. This was this like German aeronautical engineer who was trying out gliders and stuff.
Okay.
And so they were basing a lot of stuff on his designs. He died. And when they learned that, so they were like,
he died for trying this out.
He died doing this. And well, yes.
So he was the first guy.
It wasn't. No, it was like a glider. It was a weird.
Got it.
It wasn't an actual like self-powered aircraft. I think, I'm not sure, but no, he was just in a glider and he fell out of it or something. So he died. So Otto Lindenthal, they're just reading about him. Then they learn that he dies, and they're like, oh. You know what would be great? Let's pick up where he left off. Which I wouldn't be like,
no.
You know the guy who just died? Let's finish what he was doing.
Let's get right
into that. That's crazy to me.
Remember the Challenger shuttle? Should we just...
Yeah. Do you guys want to do Hindenburg Part 2? Bigger, better, badder? No.
More on fire.
Not interested, yeah. More flaming. I would love a gay Hindenburg joke. It's just, I just want gay Hindenburg somewhere. Maybe a T-shirt.
That is that's a great band. The gay Hindenburgs.
That would be kind of a funny T-shirt if it's like crashing and then but all the fire's like rainbow and there's smiles everywhere. I don't know.
Get on it.
It's on fire.
Merch.
I don't know.
Only on the Patreon.
Yeah,
Buy our
I'm just
merch.
trying to come up with merch we could sell.
That'd be a good mask idea. A blimp on fire, gay Hindenburg.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, no one would wear that. No one at all.
My dad would.
Well, yeah. And then he'd take out the mask, his phone's in his mouth, he pulls it out, it's your STD joke. You guys want to see this? So they had a lot of doubt in the beginning because they were failing a lot, because they were basing a lot of stuff on Otto von Dieselot's designs that weren't correct. So they were starting to become convinced of the impossibility of flight.
So like, if he can't do
If the dead guy didn't do it, it's like, yeah, that guy's an idiot. They started learning that all these people, even Octave Chant, like these other people who tried, no one had done it yet. If their designs were right, maybe they would have done it. So like, this is not correct, their approach. So we're just going to kind of start from scratch, do things a little more ourselves.
But then Katharine was one. I heard that she like also was like, hey, you're working from scratch too much. Let's at least go off of a basic engineering.
Yes.
And she brought in bigger and better books on engineering, and they were in German, and she was like, I'll just do my best to translate this. Also, big props to being a Latin teacher, because then she didn't have to think about it. She was like, I already know another language.
Right.
I can learn
and
this
they say
one.
that Latin, which I don't know how true this is, but Latin teachers love to say, they're like, Latin is kind of the foundation of everything.
Yeah, I know. Those
Then why does no one speak it? Tell me that.
Your foundation lays on nothing.
Yeah, your foundation's dead. It's a bunch of bones. The Catherine's digging up in the back.
Selling at a bodega to get some weird perv a boner. You like that? Is that what your foundation is? Wendy? All right. So anyway.
Wendy.
Wendy's a good person to yell at.
Yeah. Wendy Wu, homecoming warrior. Hometown warrior.
Homecoming?
I don't know.
Right.
I want to mention these guys' physical stature. I think that's important.
Oh, yeah.
They're both small dudes, 5'10", 5'11", 140, 145 pounds, which is smaller than us.
Yes.
And I think, no wonder, they were like perfect candidates
to
hop on a plane.
What if one was like, it's not working? Like, Orville, you're 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Could you stop eating all the time?
Maybe it's not your design.
Maybe it's not the plane.
Maybe it's the butt. It's your big fat butt.
Maybe it ain't the wing structure. It's the bone structure.
You got thick bones. And every time you get off that plane, you eat a pie to celebrate.
Don't know why it wouldn't work. Let's eat.
But yeah, I think these guys they had a big love of nature too, because they would like say, "Oh, I love North Carolina and Kitty Hawk," and like that's where the Outer Banks is, like Myrtle Beach and stuff. So
Myrtle Beach.
Apparently, the mosquitoes are really bad. Remember that one video that old lady was like, "And the mosquitoes were really eating them up."
Yeah.
And what's good for mosquitoes? Getting in the ocean. Come to North Carolina. It's clearly a tourism ploy. But
so they tested everything at Kitty Hawk, but they were told to go there. I don't think they picked it out of the blue. People, I think, sent them letters and were like, if you're trying to fly a plane, everybody knows the best place to test a plane is Kitty Hawk. There's sand. It's the guy, the one, the PR manager of Kitty Hawk.
Yeah. He writes as like 16 different people.
Yeah.
This is Joe mailing from Alaska. Heard you guys are trying to fly a plane. You should go to Kitty Hawk.
Hey, yeah, you're trying to start a printing press. Well, Kitty Hawk has the best sand to print off of.
It was sandy. It was windy. It was like good conditions. You could land on the soft sand as opposed to being like landing in a tree.
Yeah.
Ugh. Like imagine your flight goes wrong. You catch a gust. You land in the forest. That's not great.
You're done.
Yeah.
It's not like this isn't like a movie production where they just have 50,000 of these.
No.
You can't just blow it up and be like, it's cool.
They had to build one. Then they're like, well, got to go back to Ohio now.
Yeah, we hit a tree. What happened? We hit a tree.
We hit a tree. Back so soon?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of trees out there.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is a date that's important to talk about. September 17th, 1908. Orvie and Wilby here with Kathy back home running the bike shop, peddling those bikes.
Yep. Greasing them up, greasing the wheels.
They finally fixing those chains. You got another chink in the... Let me guess. Another chink in the chain. Everybody's coming in with the same problem. She's getting sick of it.
She's covered in grease, like way too much.
Big fancy dress, all grease.
Yeah, a prom dress for some reason. Yeah, she did wear a lot of white flowing gowns.
Yes.
Yeah, which I don't know. And she also wore those things that looks like you're about to get out a bunch of bees. You know what I mean? Those
Yeah,
hats.
yeah.
It's like I think it's a bonnet, maybe,
Yeah.
where it's like you're wrapped like an Easter basket.
Yeah.
It's like an Easter basket.
I think it's helped, you know how bras help boobs? I think it helps the jaw.
Really?
Just made
That's
that up.
so funny. No, but I could see it.
I can see it where that could be
Being
sold.
kind of a jaw corset, you're just like,
Yeah.
push it up, ladies.
Yeah,
You're like,
ladies.
no one will think this looks weird.
No one would marry a saggy jawed whore.
No. Yeah, can you imagine your wife comes home, just starts taking off all her things, like, 'cause
Someone's like, "Hey, your wife's really beautiful," and you're like, "You don't know her like I know her."
you don't know her after she's
You
unbuttoned.
take that bonnet off her jaw. Her teeth are on the floor.
That thing's holding her jaw up. She's got one saggy jaw.
She doesn't even eat. I just throw apples on her mouth. It's like skee ball. Kathy!
Skee ball.
It's their molar. It's 100
Oh,
points.
no. Skee ball's hilarious. Skee ball's terrifying as an image for a mouth. Once your wife takes her bonnet off.
Never seen any multicolored skee balls, by the way. It's always that same classic brown. Anyway.
Oh, I thought it was kind of red. I've never seen anything that's not. And I ain't never seen nothing that's not brown or red, though. I ain't never seen no skee ball is not brown or red.
There's one thing I
And
know
you
for
can take
sure.
that as a bank.
So anyway, I think they had like 3 years of successful tests. I think the highest they got was like 20 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on how high
But
that
they
is.
ended up landing some contracts.
Yes, with I think it was the Army, right?
Yes. So they just got contracts with the U.S. military and a French consortium of inventors, which sounds pretty intimidating.
That is
It sounds like they all meet and they sit on plush pillows and talk
Yeah.
about flying machines.
Yeah, drink some cool wine, eat some cheese,
Yeah,
and
probably
talk
do
about...
some opium.
Yeah.
You know, I bet they get a little loose and risky.
Oh,
they're,
yeah.
they're free thinkers.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like the San Francisco microdosers
Right.
back then.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit of sex.
Yeah, what if we put together some kind of helicopter?
I bet. What if we did what if we invented a cock ring? But that's where that came from.
Right, yeah. One night, yeah, they have different themes every night. Okay, bring together your cock ring diagrams.
What if it's like Chopped? You had 30 minutes with the ingredients in your
Contestants.
basket to make one spherical shape that would make a penis bigger.
Or blow a load real fast. Whichever tickles your fancy.
So they're at the testing site. This is in Fort Myer, Virginia. Again, September 17th, 1908. This is one of their big days to show the U.S. and this French consortium.
This is actually just Orville.
Okay.
Because Wilbur went to France
Yes. Okay.
to deal with the
French?
inventors.
Okay.
The French.
Oh, I thought it was both nice. Are you sure?
I am sure, because
Okay.
then that's why Wilbur invited Orville and Catherine over
Got
after
it.
the crash.
Okay.
Wilbur wasn't at the crash.
Okay.
So, but hit me with the crash.
So they fly up. There's a lieutenant who was kind of. They gave him. Hold on, really quick.
Yeah.
This guy wasn't. They say.
Well, I mean, his biggest section in his Wikipedia is death.
It's so funny.
They're at Fort Myer, and they are doing a demo for the Army.
Yes.
And this lieutenant,
Lieutenant
who
Thomas,
has some experience with aviation, they're
Yeah.
like, Thomas, what's his name?
Thomas Selfridge.
Thomas, get on up there with Orville.
Yep.
The light little twink that he is. Sit next to him. Weigh the aircraft more than it's ever been weighed. 2 men. So nothing will go wrong. And
Nothing's
so
gonna go
actually,
wrong.
it was actually going pretty well. They circled the base, the fort, 4.5 times, and then on the 5th rotation at 5:14 in the afternoon, 5:14 p.m., like the one of the levers broke.
I think he did a sharp left.
Yeah, he
and
did a left.
it broke, and then the wing was like,
Yeah.
and then they just fell.
Because I think it was too much weight, and then the I don't know. I'm not going to speculate on what happened, but I think maybe I guess I will. Hello. God, my mom is emailing me. She's going through a credit card right now, so she's like, "What is this? Did you buy this? Is this a gift card?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay. I used your credit card to buy a Subway sandwich." Okay, it was an emergency.
I
blood
needed
sugar
a
was low.
BLT.
Yeah.
I was having a sad day, and BLTs don't make me sad.
They perk me up. Well, yeah, they at the very least don't make me sad. They get me to a neutral state. But so the plane crashed.
Mm-hmm.
Orville broke some ribs, broke
Yeah.
a leg, had some spine wound. He was in pretty bad shape.
Yeah, he got pretty banged up. And then, but Selfridge, I mean, he got pretty bad. He died later. I don't think he died on impact.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
He hit like a wooden beam or something that was on the plane.
Yeah.
Because if you look at how you fly some of these planes, you're lying down. You're doing it like
Yeah.
it's like you're
like
tubing.
a water slide. Yeah.
Yeah, and tubing. I don't know. I mean, you've been tubing before, right?
Yes.
Picture that in the air, and then you have to land.
Yeah, this is pictures of them crowding around him.
Wow. Yeah, so he was. I think he died within 3 hours.
Yeah.
Because they tried to get him to neurosurgery or something, which I don't know what neurosurgery was.
Back then it was probably a hammer to the head.
Yeah.
Hey, I got it, guys.
They're doing it like CPR. 1, drink, 2, drink.
Somebody hold his ears.
I think you're just beating up a dead guy now.
No. He'll bounce back.
Yeah.
Clear.
They always get worse before they get better.
Yeah.
Gadoosh.
Gets a welding mask.
I think he's making real progress.
This guy is certified bone dust.
At first I thought you meant bone dust. Like, he doesn't have insurance. Get this guy out of my hospital. My combat medic tent.
That was a callback. And also a conspiracy theory that the doctor who worked on Selfridge was into the bone dust business and just killed him for the profit.
This is your own conspiracy,
Yeah.
I want to clarify. Also, this was during a demo.
Yeah.
For the army.
the plane.
Which makes a lot more sense also, I think, why Katharine and... So, Orville got all banged up.
Mm-hmm.
And had to go back to Ohio. Katharine immediately quit her teaching job to come take care of him and get him back to Ohio.
And it was grueling. She said she was so tired from taking care of him that she could barely hold a pen.
Wow.
She didn't sleep. She was with him. They said that I think he was in the hospital for 7 weeks. They said she never left the room.
Yeah, and it's like kudos to her, but also Orville, let your sister have a break.
Come on.
He was every time he left, he was probably like a dog when you get out of the car, like
yeah,
he's whimpering.
Yeah, and she's like, ugh.
Yeah, but I mean, he probably had some severe codependency. I mean, his mother died also.
Yeah,
so
true.
Who knows? He seems like a mama's boy who just put all that energy into his sis.
Yeah, that's like coming home. Yeah, I wonder how that worked for the other children. Hey, you're my mom now.
I don't know, but Orville was really. I mean, she took care of him a lot.
Yeah.
But then Wilbur was like, "All right, guys, I heard that didn't go so great."
I heard you guys tanked the demo.
Yeah. What the fuck? So come over to France. I know that your superintendent just slashed your wages, Katharine. Orville, you're a little banged up, and you kind of screwed us.
Yeah.
So how about you head on over?
It's trending on Twitter over here in France.
To France. I actually found some nice, warm beaches. Seriously, he did actually go. They started in one place in France, and then by the time that Orville and Katharine joined him, they had moved to like some warm kind of beachy place.
Oh, nice. So they went to a nice little paradise place.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But, so Katharine, that's when Katharine stepped up yet again. And she's climbing the stairway. And that's all we can sing for copyright purposes. Climbing the stairway to the Wright brothers. Success. Right? I tried to land the dismount, and I think I blew up. Simone Biles has exploded. I'm not comparing myself to Simone, but I didn't land.
Didn't get that reference.
Simone Biles?
Don't know her.
Gymnast. U.S. gymnast.
I was guessing so.
She's a black one?
Yeah. I didn't know we could say that on a podcast.
Well, I'm going to edit it out. So they go to France, and do you want to talk about when Katharine like really takes over, starts becoming their social media manager?
So what I heard about in France is that the Wright brothers did not, and maybe this is to your credit, maybe they just have been in the sand too long, and now they're in front of all these French inventors, but they were a critique that was pretty kind was that they're not the Wright brothers were not the type of people you'd want at dinner. Basically saying we don't want to hang out with these guys.
Yeah, a little on the spectrum socially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys, let's say they like planes and trains, if you know what I mean. A little autistic.
Oh. Wow, I thought you were making a joke about running train on Katharine. which is wild that I thought that's what you were saying.
I'm sure they did. I'm sure they were like, I'm sure sometimes they probably dropped the towel on accident. After a shower.
In the sauna, in the royal saunas that they probably let her into.
Katharine, you come in.
But you gotta remember, Katharine's no nonsense. A dude whips his dick out, she's fucking chopping it off. And then she's like, I don't think so.
Yeah,
and then
true.
she leaves, flies away on her brother's plane. I mean, she
Flintstones it laying down.
I remember reading something that she was about to meet the King of Spain, so she was being kind of tutored by a Baroness of England, just like, English aristocrat, of how to bow or curtsy for the king. And so she practiced and everything, and then she went to meet the King of Spain, forgot all that, just smiled really big, shook his hand, immediately won him over.
Wow.
So she's just like hitting it out of the park.
Jeez.
She's got that charisma
She's
that
a
don't
star.
quit.
Yeah.
Very magnetic, I think.
Yes.
So,
She's somebody you would want to invite to dinner.
Exactly.
She, yeah.
That's why people probably, they're like, look, the flying's great, but we love you, Kathy.
Yeah, Kathy.
The hang.
Come back to France anytime.
Yeah.
Plane, no plane.
She was one of the only women to earn, wait, I want to look this up also. She was the only woman, one of the only American women to win the French Legion of Honor medal.
Wow.
All three of them won it, but she also won it. And it got so much, like she was schmoozing so much with people that rumor spread that she was the one sewing the wing. She was loaning her brother's money. She was even doing the math to get them in the air. None of that was true.
Yeah.
But that's how much people thought that she was involved because that's how like Steve Jobs. It's a little Steve Jobsy. She wasn't trying to overshadow him. She overshadowed them.
Yeah. Whoa, what a little flip here. The tables have turned.
Yeah.
By Adele. Turning tables.
I don't know that one.
No, that one's good.
Is it?
I think so.
I'm thinking Chasing Pavements.
I like Chasing Pavements.
She's always verbing a noun. She's rolling in the deep. That's more of a place, but
She set fire to the rain.
Yeah. She's verbing a noun. Clip that. Adele will reshare. Skinny hot Adele.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Adele had a great
Isn't it
point.
funny, though, whenever a celebrity loses weight, they're like, Adele's skinny now, and there's literally one picture.
I know, yeah.
They have one picture. I feel like I expect a full Netflix series on how all this happened
of
and what
Adele
she
on
looks
a
like.
treadmill, just singing.
Yeah.
I'm turning
It's The Biggest
treadmills.
Loser. The Biggest Loser, Adele.
Yeah, Adele.
It's just Adele.
She's looking at sandwiches. Never mind, I'll find
Something lower carb.
hopefully keto and gluten free. Okay.
Work for me. Don't eat that. I can't. I want to fit into that dress.
And I saw Earthlings on Netflix, and I'd rather not kill a life.
Earthlings?
It's actually on YouTube. It's the worst video you can ever see about food.
Really?
It's absolutely horrific.
Worse than like Food Inc.?
It's
Way
the
worse?
worst.
Way
There's
worse?
like footage of them, like rescue shelters that can't afford euthanasia. They like stuff dogs with a broom in a tube and like set it on fire.
Jesus Christ.
And there's like a guy like filming it. And there's
Yikes.
like, it's like all the raw.
Yeah.
It's like really killing dogs, really killing cows. It's like,
Ugh.
it's bad.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
There's no decorum. It's like,
There's no
camcorder.
schmoozy editing or nice background
There's no
music.
transitions. Yeah. There's no,
Sarah McLaughlin's not even
there's
involved.
no beat. It's just a cow
I
screaming.
need a beat.
They hang a cow upside down, and then one guy goes up and goes, and the cow's like, "Oh my god!"
The cow's like, dude, crazy of you to do that.
Yeah. You said this was a roller coaster.
I got on here. I thought it was a ride. You're slitting my
You
throat.
really got me.
Yeah, wow, man, you really got me. All right. So they're in France. What else does she do? I mean, she in France with them.
I think it was really just
They called her their social, or this called her their social manager.
Yeah. So I think she just kind of proves that. I think she just kind of PRs it up.
I think she was a combination of executive assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the time when she was like fully dedicated to them, because she used to be running the bike shop and
Yes.
teaching, or teaching, but also tending to her sick, shy brother or something.
Yeah.
She was always double duty.
Yeah, this is when she was full-time. Yeah, she was on the Wright brothers. She was on
Full-time.
tour with the Wrights.
Yeah.
And she was basically the face of the Wright brothers, which is so
Yeah.
strange that you learn all about this now, and then it's like, how is she not included?
Yeah.
You never
Yeah,
hear
it should
about
be Orville and Catherine
And yes.
well, it should be Orville and Catherine, to be honest, as far as I'm concerned. I don't like saying Wilbur's name. I can never remember it. Orville, because of the popcorn, you were right.
Redenbacher.
And Wilbur's will always be a pig.
Yeah, Wilbur's already
solo
a
pig.
Yeah.
Not a tail end to an Orville.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm thinking Orville. The next thing I think is not Wilbur.
It's true. Did you
It's
ever
Catherine, baby.
That's who it needs to be. This is like us trying to get the girl from the Underground Railroad on the 20. Look, you
Harriet
need to tell
Tubman,
the story as
the girl from the Underground
Yeah.
Railroad.
Who's that girl?
Yeah, we need a better slogan for her, but we are trying to get her on the 20. Wait, I have her schedule actually somewhere. Okay, here it is. Catherine dived into her new job and immediately began to mother. Wow, that was a Freudian slip. began to manage her brother's social calendar. She spent 2 hours every morning learning French, emerged for a lunch meeting with business prospects and contacts, then went to the flying field to meet with the aristocracy and the rich who had come to see her brothers fly. Neither Wilbur nor Orville, because they were so shy, were especially good at schmoozing the people who could buy their airplanes. So she's their whole sales team.
She's everything. Yeah.
She's everything. They're the engineers, and then she's Steve Jobs. She's selling.
You're right.
She's like,
Steve Jobs.
reach in my pocket. What's this? A helicopter? What's that? Is that something that was? She's
Where
like a
do you go
magician.
at?
She's doing magic.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand. Was that a quarter? Maybe you're halfway to buy an
As the
airplane.
Latins say.
Yeah. Vinny Vitty, I'm flying.
You know,
As the Latins say.
as the Latins say, only the cool non-virgins fly.
That's right.
Yeah, so she was the reason why. I wonder. See, this is another reason. I don't think. Yeah, you're right. I don't think they would have sold their plane really anywhere. I mean, what would have happened to them besides maybe them just having a cool invention? If they didn't have the sister,
It wouldn't have been the rights.
It wouldn't have been the rights for sure. It would have had to have
The
been.
rights wouldn't have had the rights.
It's true.
And they would have been wrong.
See, I wonder about. So now, if you think about going to France and then Catherine being the PR manager, things are taking off now, right?
Yeah.
It's spreading around the world that the Wrights are the ones with the plane. You would think, and I wonder if they ever walked into a bar and like women noticed them, because it's got to be like the biggest thing to happen.
Yeah.
To go up on a girl and be like, I invented flight.
Yeah. Well, you know what was weird is that one of the reasons also that they needed Catherine's help, they weren't selling a new lawnmower. They were selling a new idea, an invention, something that people had never done before.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people like reporting on them, especially initially when like even before they'd gone to France and like when they were going to France, didn't believe them. Their articles were like fables of the Wright brothers aircraft. It was like half a legend. People thought people didn't think it was real.
And they got to show up and be like, this is
so
real,
I would
baby.
be like, if some shy mustachioed guy came up to me and was like, I invented an airplane, I'd be like, bartender, can I have the check and can you kill him before he kills me?
Wow. And then you get to prove those people wrong.
Yeah, of course. But the people of Kitty Hawk really were vibing with them. Like they would like, but like, of course, could you, you're like in some small beach town, you're like, hey, you want to go watch some people die?
Oh,
because no way this is working. There is zero chance this is successful.
Yeah, I wonder how many times they actually crashed and had bad days.
Mm-hmm.
It had to be so. I mean, think about the task at hand. Oh, we're trying to get this thing to actually fly for a little bit. And then they could also, by the way, Catherine took flights. She was the first woman to ever fly. Yeah, it was Katharine Wright.
Yeah,
pretty fucking cool.
It's weird too. I don't know why, but and there's a picture of her actually right here that says it's Catherine in the thing. She's wearing a big bonnet. Yeah. And then it says note the string around Catherine's skirt, and you can see it, and they like rope down her like dress. I don't know. I feel like these guys are like weirdly protective. They're like, she's our sister, not a woman.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like that's kind of how they were about her. I think they were a little like, oh, you know, that kind of scares us to think that you're a woman.
Yeah, you're right.
You know?
Oh, this is a strange. Yeah, all these pictures are very. So then, really, what it goes now? They've kind of hit success, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So they blow up.
Yeah. So they left France with these medals, with these legions of honor, and all this support from French people, and I assume also some like patronage, like money and connections and stuff. They kind of all went to go resume what they were doing. Like Catherine went to go teach again. Orville went to Washington to resume the flying trials that were interrupted when he killed a guy.
Yeah.
And
nobody talks about
that. No, it's like, yeah, he was the first guy to die in an aircraft.
Pretty cool, right? They spun it immediately.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Not bad. Another first.
Yeah.
But then they got called back to Germany again because they wanted to license and produce a kind of a derivative of their design. Like, I think they looked at their designs and were like, okay, we want to make something like this.
Hey guys, we've been thinking about starting this war, and
we would like to have some flying machines to, just do some stuff.
I don't know.
Take over the world a little bit or whatever. I don't know if this is way pre-Nazi, but they were laying the seeds. Yeah, I mean, the kids of that day grew up to be the Nazis of tomorrow. But everyone, basically, it's kind of funny to me that Catherine, I don't know, I wonder what she was thinking. It's like...
What? Because
it's like, I don't know if she had a real desire always, necessarily, to not be a teacher. Like, she would, like, answer the call when she was needed from these guys. But then after that, she got all this fame and she's hanging out with kings and stuff. And then she's like, well, I guess I'm going to go back to Ohio, be a teacher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She
well,
wasn't
maybe
like,
just
hey, what else are we doing, guys?
That's true. Yeah, that's very strange. I wonder.
And
what
then
they're-
she got called back again when this German company wanted to, build the Luftwaffe.
Yeah, but maybe that was just kind of the mindset back then. Like,
Yeah.
hey, we got to go back to work after this.
Yeah.
Like, there was no making it big, I think. I don't think
That's
there
true.
was any, there wasn't Shark Tank.
Well, that's what they needed, and that's what I did, sweetie. She's Southern now. My brother needs me to go kiss the king of the French. Man, I'll do it. I'll do it 1,000 times.
That's my brother / son.
Yeah, you're damn right.
Yeah, so she goes back to work, and I feel like she enjoyed teaching.
Yeah.
Right? She probably liked
I think
it.
she liked life.
She probably had a fun summer
she
tour.
was pretty capable.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you like life if you're fucking killing it all the time?
It's funny to look on those people who have, like, it seems like they have nothing's distracting them.
Yeah.
They're just like, I'll set my sights and I'll do that.
Yeah.
And then you think about it as simple as that, and you're like, why don't I do that?
Right. You're like, oh, it's because of all these other bad things I do and holes that I put myself in and then have to dig around and oh yeah.
And then you're finished brushing your teeth and you leave the bathroom. I always question my life when I'm brushing.
You know what's funny? This is a little bit of a sidebar, but I do want to mention it about that quote that I was mentioning. Because right after her mom died, her dad was like, well, you gotta stay busy. You can't just grieve. So he was like, go pick a bunch of flowers out there and make a book.
Yeah.
Make a book of flowers for your mom. So it just strikes me that Katharine was never, like, she was always doing something. And I think that was instilled by her father. And I think just a general, like, they didn't have phones or anything. Parents have always been worried about kids getting up to shit.
Yeah.
And there's this quote that's the devil finds work for idle hands. I just think it's funny that, like, the devil's lurking around the corner and anyone not doing anything, the devil's just going to be like, I got him!
You got those hands! I
Yeah.
control these! Psst, psst.
Yeah, right. He immediately starts making you jerk off.
I'm in church! The pastor's like, what happened today? Well, some guy started jacking off
Idle
during my
hands.
sermon.
Yeah.
Seen it 1,000 times before.
Seen that, and we'll see it 1,000 more.
You take your eyes off the Lord, and the devil's got your hands on your dick.
I also read this other. Oh, by the way, that quote was from Henry David Thoreau.
Wow.
So I wonder if he's just by Walden Pond twiddling his thumb. He's like, "There's a devil in these hands."
This isn't me.
He's probably like just going nuts in the woods. Like,
Oh, he had to be.
my hands aren't, whittling something. Must be the devil. I just think it's funny to attribute all evil to the devil.
Oh, yeah.
It's just some like, ooh, I'm gonna make you do bad stuff.
I always think it's funny too. Do you ever notice that people attribute anything? Ghosts only do minor things.
Yeah.
I love how ghosts can only slam doors.
They can only knock over a teacup.
Yeah.
They can never sever your head.
If anything done, it's never a ghost. It has to be a.
Well, they actually have a very weak connection to this realm.
Yeah, they're on 3G.
You see, us humans, we exist on 5G.
So
They're on 3.
it actually takes for every cup this is an expert off a TV show off of Ghost Hunters.
Yeah.
For every teacup that you see fall, that took the strength of 1,000 ghosts. It's actually an extremely.
We can actually
powerful-
measure that with this electromagnograph. I know I made it myself.
It's a zoom.
It's a zoom that he like kind of taped some,
It puts
some
some
wires
foils, so
to.
it's like a little bit of an electric current in there.
Yeah. No, that's ghosts.
Those are ghosts.
Yeah, that is funny. They never do massive damage. Like if ghosts were real, ghosts would be in charge of the United States.
Oh yeah, of course.
They would have taken over this country a long time before.
Yeah,
the
what a
Capitol
weird.
stormed. If ghosts had real power, I guess they might not have ambition. They're just wandering souls. Their real ambition is to return this to be released.
Yeah, you're right.
I guess it's because they're stuck here. Released to just nothingness, I think.
Yeah, so maybe if they're stuck here, they can't really. Yeah, maybe
They might be in between. I think we've convinced ourselves that ghosts are weak. Anyway, sorry. So
the fan comes down.
oh fuck! You just see a red balloon come up. Oh no! It wasn't a ghost. He was a clown. So this German company, these German people were like, I'm sorry, while they were in Germany, a group of American investors came together to underwrite the Wright Company as the Wright Company, which was a corporation for the manufacture, demonstration, and sale of Wright aircrafts. So basically, if you're just, some guy, you're Geppetto making Pinocchio, and then someone's like, we're going to make you Toys R motherfucking S, baby. You're a company now.
Mm-hmm.
And Wilbur was in charge of the company because Wilbur is the oldest of these kids. But Wilbur fell ill and died of typhoid, which kind of bummed everybody out. Like, people keep dying in Catherine's life also. I guess that's just... So Orville, Mr. Shy Pants, who can't even make eye contact at a party, is now the CEO of the Wright Company. And apparently if you bought a share of stock in the company during this time, it was signed by Orville and Catherine.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
which begs the question, how do you buy stocks? What are you signing? I guess one slip?
One stock,
Yeah,
please.
one stock here for the planes.
Did you invest in planes? I don't know.
Oh, I invested in trains. Should I have done planes?
Should I have done planes?
The guy told me planes was good.
I talked to Lance. He said planes. He said it was a fable.
He said, it's all a fable, man. It's going to blow over. This thing's a legend.
Look, what's never failed? A train. You
Yeah.
know why? Because trains are always
You
on
want to invest
track.
in planes? You want to invest in planes? How about you also invest in Bigfoot? Get out of my office.
Yeah.
Planes aren't real.
Get out!
Leave.
He turns around frustrated. His secretary knocks on the door. Everything okay?
Yeah, you see the
just
devil
another
just play-
planiac.
He's plain crazy. Okay. All right. So now, this is where it gets a little dicey with the Smithsonian.
So what's the problem in general with the Smithsonian?
Okay.
The Smithsonian.
Smithsonian, Well, I mean, it was kind of the Smithsonian because Samuel Langley. Oh, this is why. Samuel Langley was a director of the Smithsonian Institute, had tried and failed to fly an earlier model of a plane that Orville and Wilbur didn't design, because people were trying to do this before them. So he tried to prove that the Wright Flyer was not the beginning of powered aviation, and the Smithsonian started, after Samuel made like 30 modifications to this earlier design, the Smithsonian started to advertise it and display it in their museum as the first airplane capable of flight. Ignoring the fact that he had updated. It would be like taking the iPhone 0 and being like, you see, this is the 11, you know?
Yeah, it's like, you know what to do.
Yeah,
You just put 3 cameras in there.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if that made sense. Did that make sense?
I know you mean. He just went in and he made something better.
He ratcheted something up and he's like, see, it's always been great. It's like, you put a bunch of things on there it didn't have.
You didn't start from scratch. It's like putting a body kit on a car. Where you're like, wait a minute.
And so they were pissed, so pissed that Orville sold the Wright Company and built a small research laboratory to do research, consult in aviation, and spend a lot of his time trying to get this guy...
People want credit.
Yeah, get this guy out of here. It says his life goal became to expose the Smithsonian's lies.
Wow.
And preserve the recognition he and his brother had earned.
Drama.
A little drama. It's funny because they started just like, hey, I'm here to love sand.
I thought he was doing it for the love of the game.
He was. He's like, the sand, it's sick. I love flying. If we accomplish nothing, I'm having fun.
But you can't steal something from somebody.
You can't steal something from somebody. And this guy was doing a real dick move.
Oh, yeah. He was
trying to paint a pig black, call it a boar. What the fuck does that mean? What he was.
He was trying to paint it. That was funny. Use that.
Use that. No, put that in there. Keep that in there.
You know what I think happened? I think one of this... hard to believe... Maybe one of the Wright brothers stole his girl back in the day. Maybe his girl fell for the mustache.
Yeah.
And he came in on them.
You never know. I mean, these kids could have been hit on.
They had
but never known it. They could have been that oblivious and shy and lame.
I wonder if they all... Because I think Catherine did date around. There's the college thing. There's probably some other...
I think she had some gentlemen inquirers. They didn't actually get into that much.
Yeah. Maybe in France,
didn't want to air
I feel like
laundry,
one of the kings had to be like, I'm in room 305.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Just if everyone to, slip my way.
Do you want to take that bonnet off? Let me see your jaw.
Let that jaw drop, see what we can do with it. So gross.
She kneels down, pulls one zipper. Ugh.
Nice. So they moved to this house. This is kind of where they became so attached and comfortable that Orville got really mad that she ended up getting engaged to this guy. They moved to Hawthorne Hill, which is this super nice. It looks like the White House.
Oh, wow.
It's like a mansion. And they also got a summer home because when Orville and I guess Wilbur's dead now, but when Orville was in the North Carolina and Kitty Hawk, he's just loved the isolation, loved the nature and stuff. So they wanted to do that as summer home. So it was on Lake Huron. It was like Kitty Hawk, devoid of modern conveniences and unwanted interruptions. Like aristocrats trying to talk to my sister.
Of Michigan, of Michigan and Ontario, but to the eastern shore of Michigan and Ontario.
Okay. Thereafter, Orville and Catherine spent 2 months of every year on Lambert Island, enjoying the wilderness. So they were like having a good life.
Yeah.
And then their dad died. And to replace him, not to replace him, but they did get a puppy, who is a sick Saint Bernard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got a Saint Bernard. It's huge.
What
It's
was
like
his name?
up to Catherine's waist.
Did they name it Milton?
No, it was Scipio.
That's a cool name.
It's a cool name.
That's a cool name.
And when Orville died, I have to credit this article because I love this article. It's given a lot of information. When Orville died, 15 years after the dog died, there was still a picture of the dog in his wallet.
Wow.
Isn't that nice? He's not a bad guy.
No.
He's just very shy.
He carried a picture of his dog.
Can't be a bad guy.
That's a good guy.
But this is the start of the romance with
Henry?
with Catherine and Harry.
Oh, Harry.
Harry
okay.
Haskell. Harry had married Isabel, who was like her one of her like classmates.
Yeah.
And so for a second, when I skipped ahead, I'm like, is she a homewrecker?
Yeah.
But Isabel died of cancer. Everyone died. It's like you die, and then people die, and then you just fill it in.
Yeah.
You fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
That is what happens.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of...
What else are you going to do?
I mean, back then, you were just used to death. People were just dying.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have really time to be... Now it's like it's a tragedy, and you have time to grieve and what's going to happen. But back then, it's like, hey...
Yeah. We don't really need to get into their love story. What's most important is that Catherine was like scared of asking Orville if Harry could marry her. So
Didn't she
asked
right away?
What?
She like wrote a letter about how nervous she was.
Well, maybe. She might
okay.
have written a letter, but she didn't actually mention it. She told Harry to tell Orville. And I think their first smooch was when Orville was out on a fishing trip. So she was like a little scared of what her brother would think about this romance. Rightly so, because when Harry was saying that he wanted to marry his sister, they stopped talking. He just started moping around. He didn't say a word to her until she died.
Oh, yeah. I thought he like showed up at the wedding and was like, this is a disgrace.
Really?
I think he did. I think he, this could be true or false, but I think he showed up at the wedding and was like, how dare you?
Anyone object?
We made a pact.
Me. He's so shy. I don't do it.
I promise to be there for you in sickness and in health. What about a pact? what about the pact? He's out there with a sign. What about the pact? Stop the steal of my sister. Georgia, don't flip on me. We're storming the wedding.
What about the pact? Storm the wedding. Dude, there's gonna be a lot more wedding stormings coming soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but Catherine ended up
she marries Henry.
Harry, who was a Pulitzer Prize winner.
Yeah, he was a great guy. He was worth marrying.
Totally.
He was worth breaking the pact for, you piece of shit.
Oh my God. Get over the pact.
Who takes the pact that seriously?
Get over the pact.
I haven't heard who makes pacts anymore besides bros and frats, and those are done after college. Who's hanging on to a frat?
You know, even when like how Brutus killed Caesar?
Yeah.
In the play, in the Shakespeare play, there's like someone's like, let's make a pact, and Brutus is like, pacts are for weak men. We're just gonna do it, okay? And if you're not in, then fuck off. He's like, we're not making a pact.
Man, really made that guy. Isn't it funny when someone...
He didn't need to shit on him that much.
Yeah, he didn't need to. That guy
was excited.
Yeah, the guy was excited, and then he's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
And the guy has to be like...
He has so much I'm going to kill an emperor energy, right? He's just like, ah! You know, he's trying to kill Caesar. He's like, I don't need no promises.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here with your pinky swears.
Yeah, I'm already going to do it.
He's like, we're going to do it? He stabs him 40 times. It's the odds of Ted. He's dead now. But yeah, pacts are lame.
So Orville here is butthurt enough to never talk to Catherine again.
Yeah.
She gets married at age 52 to Harry Haskell, great guy. She only gets to be married with him for 3 years, and she dies.
Yeah.
I forgot, she died of pneumonia. I think. Yeah. And then briefly, Orville came back and visited her days before her death, and then negotiated with Harry that she could be buried in the family plot.
And apparently, Harry escorted him to her room, and he's like, "Here's Orville, Catherine. Do you recognize him?" And she's like, "Yes, of course." So I mean, she obviously still loved him as a brother. I mean, I'm sure if you see him and you're like, "I'm gonna die," then everything goes away.
Yeah.
Because they were super tight. It's just so crazy. Like, come on, buddy. Like,
well, that's so
just
immature.
let your sister get married.
So immature.
Yeah.
So immature. I haven't. That's pretty.
It's a little incel-y.
Yeah. It's like, who had my? If I
no one will have sex.
Yeah. Yeah. No one. If I can't touch my sister, nobody can.
You know what? You know when you see those like old movies, or like I don't know, like a Jane Austen era movie or something, like back in the day, a little bit like 100, 150 years ago. I don't know when Jane Austen novels were. And they say things that are almost a little toxic. It's like, oh, I could never live a life without you.
Yeah.
If ever you were gone, I would simply die. Like, I think he might be saying that type of shit to her all the time. That's why she was scared to leave.
Yeah.
And scared about this whole thing. That's why, like, that they had to sneak a kiss when Orville's on a boat.
At age 50.
Age 50! She's like, could you wait until my brother leaves?
And after my menopause,
and my heat flashes pass. Maybe we could steal a smooch.
Maybe we could steal a smooch after that.
It's
Actually,
insane.
I'm gonna go change. I've been spotting all day. Okay, that's a little too far.
That's a little much.
But, let's cut that.
Is that what
out.
happens when you pause the meno?
What was your joke on the pause the minute and a stop? It doesn't come back.
Should become meno. Yeah, it doesn't come back. That'd be wild.
It's back.
Yeah, you're 60. You're like, it's back. Yeah, stupid.
It's good.
Hype me up. Damn right.
It's great.
We
I
build
think
each
about it
other up.
every night. I actually have it written in a letter
That's weird.
right here.
To yourself.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what happens. I think it happens on a regular basis if you are a lady. I just don't think it's talked about a lot.
Spotting?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it sucks
It sucks so bad.
to be a lady.
It really does.
It really
You
does.
gotta deal with so much
They
shit.
have no idea how great. If they could
easy.
if they could switch for one day,
Oh
they'd
my
be
god.
so pissed
Everyone
to
would
go
want to
back.
be a guy. Everyone would be a guy.
Yeah.
We'd make babies in laboratories.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'd have just like uteruses that we would put babies
Yeah,
in that were
like-
not attached to people.
Like giant, yeah.
Yeah, just
And
like the thing Mewtwo was
You
in.
throw like a bath bomb into it. And
Just a baby appears.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone would be dudes. Everyone would be gay. We'd all be gay.
Yeah.
And there'd be no STDs. Have we created a utopia? All men? All gay men? Is that the best thing you've ever heard? Take your clothes off. Leave the cameras on.
It's called Mimosatopia. Mimosa. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it's a strange. She had to live a strange life at 50 something years old because of a pact that her brother made. Who, by the way, she was basically the mom. You're gonna treat your mother/sister like that? It's
Yeah.
just disgusting the way he reacted.
Yeah.
Other than that, is there anything more to our marriage we should include? Did we do a bad job?
No.
Okay, cool.
No,
The
no,
one
no.
thing that we skipped over is, other
Yeah.
than being such a influential woman in their company, she also was a huge advocate for women's suffrage. An energetic community activist, Wright organized a 1914 march in Dayton, Ohio that drew 1,300 supporters, including her father, for women's suffrage. So
That's
she has
cool.
a quote here. I need to find it. So basically, Katharine vividly captures the climate in February. So this is the day that women, they all knew, like, we're going to be able to vote. Like, it's going to be passed up the line. It's going to be signed. She wrote, Wednesday, I spent going to Columbus to be present in the Senate when the bill granting presidential suffrage to women was voted upon and passed. The antis, who believed that a woman's place is in the home, men took the defeat with not very good grace. The chief argument against it was from an O'Brien of Cincinnati, a saloon keeper. The House passed the bill several weeks ago, okay, anyway. So she was there. Can you imagine just a bunch of men like, fuck! They couldn't...
There's a funny comic. I don't remember whose joke it is, but it's like
It's the Orny Adam.
yeah.
The suffrage joke, like, how do we lose that?
Yeah, they couldn't
So
vote. Yeah.
It's in the movie Comedian.
Yeah. That
God.
is a good joke. No, I think we actually covered her.
Okay, cool.
I think we might have done it. Yeah. Did you have anything else you wanted to say?
No, 1917. So Catherine was a huge woman. Sorry.
She was a huge woman. And they wrapped her up in that bonnet.
She was the first BBW.
Actually, she was the first baby W. She looks like a fat baby, dude. I have a baby picture. Here, let me send it to you.
Attention, do you like BBW? We now bring you baby
Attention,
W.
you guys like fat shaming? Well, we're doing that to babies. Sorry. So women's suffrage.
So, yes, Catherine, among everything else she was great at, she was also a huge women's rights activist, and she was actually present on the day in Ohio at the Senate when women got their rights to vote. It was February 1917, and she observed all of the men being pissed off that the women got the right to vote. So she was basically at ground zero celebrating with all the women. And then meanwhile, there's a bunch of dudes walking around like, shit.
Oh,
Yeah, they're going to vote.
damn
Can you
it.
believe this? I'm moving to Canada, man. I know I tweeted about
Blowjob
it last
Tuesdays are
time.
definitely not sticking around.
Yeah.
That's gonna get overturned real
Sundays
quick.
are not for the boys anymore.
Yeah. Monday through Sundays are not for the boys any longer.
Let me tell you this, okay? Next thing you want to know, they're going to want to drive. She was always busy,
But then-
basically.
yeah, she's
If she wasn't
kept busy.
if she
Idle
wasn't-
hands.
Yeah, if she wasn't I wonder what happened when she was idle.
Yeah, what if there's like an unrecorded thing like, oof, Catherine when she didn't have anything going on?
Gee.
Kind of a train wreck.
Killed a lot of people.
Yeah. Shoved a lot of dogs in a lot of fires.
Good thing all the sands of Kitty Hawk were easy to bury in.
Yeah. I think we should go eat some pizza. Do you want to do some plugs and go eat some pizza?
Okay, plug me up.
You say that every time.
I said plug me up?
You say
I've
plug
never
me up.
said plug me up.
You say it before and after we do the plugs. You say plug me up
No
a lot.
way.
As much as I tap, you say plug me up.
All right, plug me in.
All right, plug me out. Plug me up and plug me out. So you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok at Zach Russell Comedy, and on Twitter at Russell_Mania.
You can find me YouTube Charles Engel Comedian, and Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok Charles_Engel. That's ENGLE.
Good for you. I was listening to some old episode I was editing, and you had like 6 different handles. You had like Charles13.
I think maybe I changed. Yeah. I think I went and changed all that up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go. I think
some
the pizza
pizza.
might be here.
Eat some pizza.
Pizza.
All right, let's do it. Have a good Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Here's to 2021 being a little bit worse.
It's gonna be very cool.